Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the freshest news, insider information, and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and the royal family. Today, we're diving into a shocking revelation that has left many people stunned. Princess Anne has finally confirmed Princess Diana's hidden warnings about King Charles that shocked everyone. According to well-placed sources, Princess Anne herself was taken aback when, in his New Year's speech, King Charles referred to Camilla as Queen, a move that completely defied the expectations set by the late Queen Elizabeth II. The relationship between Princess Anne and her brother, King Charles, has always been a complex one, but this latest development has brought a new layer of tension to their interactions. For many, Princess Anne's reflections on this situation are not just a matter of family discord, but a glimpse into the future of the British monarchy itself. Anne, ever the pragmatist, was taken by surprise when Charles, in a move that some have described as controversial, referred to Camilla as Queen. This marked a clear departure from the traditional stance upheld by Queen Elizabeth II, who had always insisted that Camilla should only be referred to as Queen Consort. Anne, who has long been known for her loyalty to the monarchy and her sense of duty, saw this as more than just a personal issue. She saw it as a direct challenge to the very foundations of royal tradition. What makes this even more intriguing is the fact that Princess Anne's reaction is tied to a set of warnings that Princess Diana had voiced years ago, warnings that now seem eerily prescient. Diana, who was known for her outspoken nature, often spoke about her concerns regarding Charles's suitability to become king. She believed that his temperament and approach to leadership were flawed, and that his decisions, particularly regarding Camilla, could have long-term consequences for the royal family. Princess Anne, while never as vocal as Diana, shared many of these concerns, particularly regarding the direction the monarchy was heading under Charles's leadership. For Princess Anne, the question of Camilla's role in the royal family has always been a sensitive topic. Over the years, she has kept her thoughts on the matter largely to herself, but the recent events have forced her to confront some uncomfortable truths. Anne, who was raised with a deep respect for the traditions of the monarchy, has always been a staunch defender of those traditions. The monarchy, in her view, was never meant to be an institution shaped by personal whims or desires. It was meant to be a symbol of stability and continuity, something that transcended the personal lives of its members. For Anne, the idea of Camilla being referred to as Queen is not just a breach of protocol, but a challenge to the very essence of what the monarchy represents. What's particularly striking about this situation is how it echoes the warnings that Diana made years ago. Diana was deeply concerned about Charles's ability to lead the monarchy, particularly in terms of his relationship with Camilla. She believed that his emotional attachment to Camilla, coupled with his inability to put the monarchy first, would ultimately harm the institution. Diana's concerns were not just about Charles's character, but about the potential impact of his decisions on the future of the monarchy. In many ways, she feared that his personal choices, particularly in regard to Camilla, would overshadow the royal family's public role, undermining its authority and influence. Now, decades later, it seems that some of Diana's worst fears are coming true. Princess Anne, who has always been more reserved than her brother, has expressed her concern that Charles's decisions are beginning to undermine the monarchy's traditional role. Anne has never been one to shy away from her opinions, especially when it comes to matters of royal duty. For her, the idea of Charles and Camilla pushing the boundaries of royal protocol is a dangerous precedent. It sets a tone that could lead to further erosion of the monarchy's standing in the eyes of the public. One of the most telling moments in this saga came when Charles made the decision to include Camilla's family in the royal Christmas walk at Sandringham. This was a significant departure from tradition, as the royal Christmas walk has always been a private affair, with only the closest members of the royal family in attendance. Charles's decision to include Camilla's relatives in this public event raised eyebrows and sparked debate about the blurred lines between royal duty and personal interests. Many saw it as an unnecessary move, one that weakened the very notion of what it meant to be part of the royal family. For Anne, this decision was particularly troubling. She saw it as yet another example of how Charles was willing to bend the rules for the sake of personal relationships, a move that could have serious consequences for the monarchy's image. The involvement of Camilla's family in royal events is a particularly sensitive issue, as it highlights the growing divide between tradition and modernization within the royal family. For years, the royal family has been known for its strict adherence to tradition, but Charles's actions suggest a desire to modernize the monarchy in ways that many feel are too drastic. This is where Anne's concerns become particularly relevant. She has always been a defender of the monarchy's traditions, and she believes that any attempts to change those traditions should be done carefully and with the full support of the family. Charles's willingness to introduce new practices without consulting the rest of the family has raised questions about the future direction of the monarchy. Another issue that has come to the forefront in recent months is Charles's decision to publicly acknowledge Camilla as queen rather than queen consort. This is a move that many royal watchers see as a direct challenge to the traditional hierarchy of the royal family. By referring to Camilla as queen, Charles is signaling a shift in the monarchy's structure, one that could have far-reaching implications. For Princess Anne, this is a particularly troubling development. She has always believed that the monarchy's role is to serve the people, not to indulge personal preferences or desires. By elevating Camilla to the status of queen, Charles is, in Anne's view, risking the very stability of the monarchy. What's also significant is that Diana's warnings about Charles's leadership style seem to have been validated by recent events. Diana feared that Charles's reliance on his advisors, particularly those who were loyal to him for personal reasons, would cloud his judgment and lead to poor decision-making. Anne, who has always been more independent in her thinking, has seen these same traits in her brother. Charles's reliance on a close-knit group of advisors, many of whom are closely tied to his personal interests, has led to a series of decisions that have raised eyebrows within the royal family. For Anne, this is a reminder of the dangers of putting personal relationships above the good of the monarchy. As the royal family grapples with these issues, the legacy of Diana continues to cast a long shadow over their actions. Her warnings about Charles's ability to lead, his personal attachments, and the impact of those attachments on the monarchy's future have proven to be more relevant than ever. The monarchy, once an institution defined by its adherence to tradition and its ability to adapt to the times, now finds itself at a crossroads. Charles's decisions are shaping the future of the royal family, and the question remains: can he navigate the delicate balance between modernizing the monarchy and preserving its core traditions? The stakes have never been higher. The royal family is at a critical juncture, and the decisions made in the coming months will have lasting consequences for the monarchy's place in the world. Will Charles's leadership be enough to guide the monarchy through this tumultuous period, or will the divisions within the family prove too great to overcome? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the royal family's future is now inextricably linked to the choices made by King Charles and those around him.